Hey, beautiful. How are you today? Welcome back. Thank you for visiting again. I look forward to talking to you guys more in depth about various topics that are here to enlighten you, encourage you, but also continue to move you along your path and your journey of wholeness. Of course, I am not going to sit here and pretend that everything that works for me is going to work for you. But where I am coming from is always a place of I've been where you are, and these are the steps, the things that I had to process, I had to walk through, and I had to re-look at in stopping cycles, changing my life for the better, and becoming all that I wanted to be. And so I don't never want no one to visit my page or watch these videos and think that, oh, I cannot relate. These videos that I share are specific steps that I took when things came to mind, when things were revealed to me along my healing journey. When I recognize a cycle repeating, when I recognize things of my past that was holding me in bondage, when I recognize that things that I was saying and doing was not lined up with the life that I was looking to have. So in that journey, in that healing process, I took some put some strong barriers, boundaries in place to protect my healing, to protect my growth, and protect my future. I had to say no to a lot of things. I had to stop doing a lot of things, and I had to stop going. I had to stop going. And that brings me to today's topic of being busy. What I had discovered during my healing journey and during my healing process, one of the coping mechanisms I used was being busy. Or what I can say was when I would compartmentalize, what people don't understand, when you are in trauma, you learn how to survive. You learn how to exist. You learn how to get through that moment. And getting through that moment means now I have to protect my mind. I have to protect my heart. I have to protect my feelings and emotions, and I could not have feelings and emotions. So in me doing that, I picked up a skill that can have a lot of benefits, but it also can be a hindrance in your healing and your growth. And that's being busy. I tell people all the time, I have a very, very active and busy lifestyle. I do not sit still for very long. I operate off of very little sleep, even to this day. But the difference between today and when I started my healing journey was the fact that I can prioritize. I actually live life in my busyness. I don't allow my life to manipulate, control, or keep me in bondage of my past hurts, past pains, past sacrifices, past loss, past in general. When you are so busy going, what are you running from? That's the true question. What are you really running from? Are you running from that past? Are you running from abandonment? Are you running from being lonely? Are you running from facing the truth? Are you running from what makes you you? Another one of my favorite sayings is, It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. I cannot control nor change the family I was born into, the situation I was born into, the predicaments I was put in because of how I was born in this scenario, and what life dealt me. But what I could control, what I can change, is my perception and my response. My perception of how I looked at that traumatic situation. It does not change it, but when I'm able to remove emotions and feelings, I can look at it with an open mind and a different perspective. It does not say what happened didn't happen. It does not mean that your truth is not your truth. What you are doing is you are gaining, you are taking back your power and owning your reality. You're owning what happened. You're owning that situation, whatever it is. Whatever it is, whether it's a poor relationship, bad parenting, loss of a child, bad relationships, domestic violence, drugs and addiction, alcoholism, whatever that thing is, you're owning it and saying, this is my truth. Because the sooner you can say, this is my truth, it loses its power against you. And you can now strategize and receive revelation on how to move forward, how to shed that thing, how to use that thing as a stepping stone or a stepping tool in your toolbox to build the life that you want to and truly have. To heal, not just put a bandage on it. And let's not lose sight of what we're talking about, of being busy. So when you think about being busy, there's a way to be busy. There's a way to be active. But if you're using this as a block, a hindrance is now what you are putting in place. A stumbling block is now what you're putting in place. If you are being busy to keep from feeling, to keep from dealing, to keep from talking, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I got this to do. I got to go here. I work 14 hours a day. Being busy doesn't erase the trauma. Being busy doesn't take the issue away. Being busy does not stop it from being a reality. It does not stop it from being your truth. There is a way to be busy. There is a way. And if you take the time to stop and say, ouch, that hurt. I don't like that. I cannot deal with that. You can learn how to take the necessary steps to incorporate being busy in an active way, in a productive way, in a life-giving way. When you shift your mindset, when you call a spade, when you look at things from the lens of, what do I want out of life? And what I don't want out of life. But you can never really truly understand what you don't want or what you want when you're so busy being busy. When you say, I got a packed schedule, that doesn't mean you're being productive. When you say I'm busy, does not mean that you're being productive. Are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you on task? Or are you just wasting time? Because that's one thing being busy does not give you back, and that's time. You're going to look up and your children are going to be grown. You're going to look up and you're not going to have those lasting friendships. You're going to look up and you may have wealth. You may have the cars. You may have the home. But then you sit in that home and you're lonely. You're sitting around people that you don't even connect with because you was busy. You didn't build genuine, true relationships. And when I say relationships, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm talking about friendships, associations, collaborations, your religious beliefs, whether your faith, spirituality, that whole thing about becoming who you are intended to be. I am always becoming something. Now, if it doesn't align with who I vision myself to be, it's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to sit still long enough to see how I can restructure what's going on around me. It's my responsibility not to say yes to everything. It's my responsibility to protect my peace. It's my responsibility how I show up. I can show up to 10 functions a day and not be tired. Why? Because my peace is at the core. Busy is not always a negative thing, but it's always not a positive thing. There's a season to everything. There's a season. And if you don't take the necessary time to sit back and evaluate, am I operating in a healthy manner? Am I being in truth to everything that I do? Or am I just existing? Am I just walking around in busyness? Am I just going with the flow? A lot of people say, I'm going with the flow. I'm going with the flow. Is that healthy? Is that productive? I tell people all the time, I don't mind saying no. I don't. I have priorities. And I will not sacrifice what I got going on to make someone else comfortable. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility. My vision was given to me. So there's things in my vision and things that I have to do to bring that vision forward. And you as well. But me bringing that vision forward does not dictate how I move. Just because I have a vision does not mean that I have to continuously go and add all these meetings that I can't be fully present, or all these events where I can't be fully present, and then still come home and have a relationship with my family and my friends and my associates and be fully present. So who's winning? And how are you growing and maturing and elevating? Where are you dropping the ball? Because I can guarantee you, you're dropping the ball somewhere by being busy, by not sitting there and saying, what is productive? What do I need to do right now? Right now. Just like me sitting down and recording this video. I was busy. I had other things on my to-do list. I still have things on my to-do list. But because I made a commitment to what I want my future, to look like, what I want to instill and what I want to impart in people, I sacrifice my to-do list to have an alignment priorities. I'm still busy. I tell people, I really, really do believe that I'm more busy today than I was when my children were younger. Needless to say, I had 3 active children. One who was into music and bands, one who danced, cheered, and was in all type of leadership events and functions, and another who was a youth entrepreneur. She was a youthpreneur and established her business at the age of 8. So when I say I was busy, I truly was busy. Not to mention, I sat on several boards. I was active in my community. I was a speaker. I'm a coach. I'm a facilitator. And I worked. So when I tell you guys I was busy, but I was intentional, there's a difference. In the beginning, I was just busy. But I had to shift that thing because my busyness was keeping me locked to my past. My busyness was not allowing me to process and feel and heal and go through what I need to go through, to look at situations, look at life, look at what's being dealt to me in a healthy manner. I tell people, I used to stay busy because I didn't want to feel the pain. I used to stay busy because I couldn't turn off my mind. I couldn't turn off what was spoken into me, what was spoken through me, what I was told I was not going to be, what I was told I was going to be. It was a part of the trauma. It was a part of the abuse that I endured for many, many years. So when I started having my children, now it's a hindrance. It's a block because I couldn't show up. I couldn't be present for my children because I was just on a go mode. It became an unhealthy coping mechanism because I could compartmentalize the beating. I could compartmentalize the verbiage that was used against me. But what I could not compartmentalize was that boundary of healthy and unhealthy. I couldn't see. I could not perceive what was in front of me because I was always going. I was running. And one of the biggest things that I ran from is what I'm sitting here doing today. My purpose. One of my biggest things that I ran from was my purpose. So busy being busy also is a delay in fulfilling your purpose. I could have lived the rest of my life working 60, 70 hours, running to this event, running to that event. I could have done that. But there came a point in my life where I said, I'm tired of being tired. And it shifted how I looked at busyness. So yet again, I'm really, really hoping and praying for you that you are willing to sit down, look in the mirror, analyze where you are today, where you want to go, what you want your future to look like, and assess. Are you busy being busy? Or are you on assignment? Are you right where you need to be? And there is no perfect answer. There is no right answer. But if there is anything that is out of alignment, take the time. Take some quiet time, some peaceful time. I call it my me time. Take a bubble bath, sit with some candles, put some music on with your pen and paper, and analyze, jot down. What do you want your life to look like in a year, in 3 years, in 5 years? And is this busyness going to get you there? Or is this busyness keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant? Because one of the things that I tell people is procrastination is an excuse. Saying I don't have time is an excuse, because we all have the same amount of time to get ahead, to move ahead in a healthy, clear, focused manner. And believe me, I'm not there yet. I work on this constantly because I do honor my calling. I do honor my purpose. So I'm always thinking and analyzing and looking at how I can maneuver, shift, and alter what I do in my 24 hours. And it's me going here, there, and there, productive. Just to say I have a packed schedule don't mean that you're being productive. I love you guys. And I really, really hope that this has shed some light. This has given you the opportunity to sit back and say, aha, maybe, just maybe, I need to reevaluate how I'm moving through this thing called life, how I'm bringing forth my vision in this thing called life, because we don't really get no do-overs. We can start over. We can pick up the pieces and go again, but we don't necessarily always get a redo in the manner that people consider a redo. We can reinvent, we can relaunch, we can show up, but we don't get yesterday back. So how are you looking at your choices and decisions that you made yesterday going forward? How can you use yesterday as a tool? How can you use yesterday as a stepping stone? How can I take my busyness and use it for my greater good? How can I take my busyness and be present? How can I take my busyness and show up and be productive? Be in purpose, on purpose. I love you guys. I look forward to talking to you again in the next session. And if by chance you would like to reach out to me, I'm on all social media platforms, typically under my name. You can inbox me, you can email me, you can Instagram me. But at the end of the day, I'm just here to guide you along the way and give you some small tips, tools, and action steps, action plan for the future you want. You can always get to what you want, but you also have to be willing to let go of what you thought. Starts with your thinking. If you're willing to reevaluate how you see things, you win. You already got the victory. You just got to walk it out. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all then. Love you.